Welcome and thanks for joining us for this rewind and overview of the Nutanix .next 2026 conference. And if I had to give a comprehensive theme to this year's announcements and the sessions, I would have to say customer obsession is the clear emphasis here. So many of the releases and the topics all fundamentally trying to answer your pain points and your problems. In case you don't know me, I'm Joel Cason, Principal Technical Architect with Cypress Technology Advisors. I've got over 20 years IT experience, been involved in multiple verticals, multiple technology areas. I also am extremely happy to tell you that I have once again been selected to be a Nutanix Technology Champion, or NTC, this year. This is a group of 100 Nutanix advocates from the customer and the partner community. Additionally, and the only shameless plug that I'll give, and that hopefully is an obvious one, but Cypress can help you with Nutanix. If you need it, call your boy. As always, I try to give the shortest sales pitch you've ever had to listen to, and with that, let's get into it. I'm going to try to keep this mostly high level to hit a good bit of topic areas, but the sessions will be available online to review as well if you'd like to get more detail and information and dig in. I'm definitely not going to hit every announcement. Instead, I'm going to cover several important and standout topics that I think a lot of people are going to want to take a look at. And yes, I will go ahead and spoil that one of the major standout topics was AI. I know you were absolutely shocked by that, but you probably don't know that big AI gives me $1 every time I say AI in a presentation. So if nothing else, just remember that I'm the only one brave enough to tell you the truth. So at .next 2025, we saw that Omnissa would run their Horizon desktop stack on Nutanix Acropolis Hypervisor, otherwise known as AHV. Late last year, Microsoft announced their intent to provide AVD capabilities on-prem on any hardware platform. Previously, this required Azure Stack or Azure Local, but the idea here is you can run any server or desktop operating system on it, connected with Azure Arc and the AVD agents, and manage it as an AVD instance. Depending on when you're seeing this, this may still be in public preview, but the Nutanix platform is going to support this solution as a hypervisor. And additionally, Nerdio, which is a popular management plane that we leverage for traditional AVD, this will also support Nutanix as a first-class citizen for AVD hybrid as well. They also support Nutanix files for profile management with FS Logics. So if you've been hesitant to explore AVD because of it existing outside of your data center, this might be a good fit for you, so check it out. Now try to contain your excitement as we get into feature enhancements for NKP. This is the container management platform that Nutanix makes super easy to manage. And by the way, why all the fuss about Kubernetes recently? Did you know that 80 to 90% of AI models run on Kubernetes? So this is a foundational element for the future. If you aren't running container platforms today, but AI is in the stars for you, it's probably time to get a little bit of familiarity with it. So what's new here? NKP Metal was announced, so this gives you the ability to manage bare metal instances to maximize performance and resource utilization while using the same familiar interface and leveraging all the operational simplicity that Nutanix is known for. Additionally, Nutanix is continuing to deliver on their unified operating model for containers and VMs. So the intention is that no matter what type of workload you're running, you will still get the ease of use that you expect, the data resiliency, along with the sharing of security and protection with Nutanix Flow. And finally, NKP AI Catalog will allow you to not only quickly spin up and assemble your AI pipelines, but also manage and maintain those as time goes on. And like I said, I've got to earn my bucks, so let's get into AI. Last year, we saw the release of Nutanix AI, which from my perspective was an awesome starting point for organizations who are interested in building their own AI platforms. You can run NAI on any Kubernetes platform, not just NKP, and this year's announcements pour rocket fuel on it, both for people who are dipping toes in it and established platforms as well. I won't be able to list all the announcements because there were a ton, but here is a shorter list of things that, again, you might want to check out. First up is AI Gateway. In the simplest terms, AI Gateway is an interface between the models and the users or your applications. This hub can do a lot of really interesting things. So first, it provides a unified endpoint for API purposes, so no longer do you have to have bespoke connections for different models and different providers. This also provides load balancing and fallback capabilities. So did your remote hosted model just have a service interruption? No problem. We just fail over to a different one, or maybe just use an on-prem one. You can also have more targeted use cases as well. So direct your biggest and baddest queries to your most powerful models and use smaller ones for easier problems. And finally, token based rate limiting at a very granular level. No more bill shock at the end of the month because someone, I won't name names, was doing some really very super serious work related stuff with it. Lots of other goodies in here as well. RBAC, filtering to prevent rogue actions. Definitely check this out if you are interacting with models in your organization. Next up, enhancements galore. Already talked about NKP, but AHV, the Nutanix hypervisor, has also seen updates to VM profiles that are intended to improve AI performance, ensuring that resource allocations are consistent and we aren't somehow utilizing DRAM attached to CPU 1, a GPU on CPU 2, a network interface on CPU 4. You get the picture. We want to ensure that we are talking across efficient paths because in these cases, especially, even minor latency matters. All of these really tie into Agentic AI Factory, which you can think of as this next evolution of NAI that I was talking about before. So when your problem is running a model, that's a relatively easy thing to tackle. But when we start thinking about having hundreds or thousands of agents managing their resources, their permissions, their capabilities, and all of the infrastructure underpinnings there, this is the direction that NAI is heading. So the takeaway here is no matter where you are in your AI journey, Nutanix has compelling features that are worth exploring to ultimately make your life easier. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you have a clean room configuration in your organization? Did you help design it? Did you help build it? Do you help test it? Super fun, right? Clean rooms are functionally important in cyber recovery scenarios, but they complicated and complex to build. Nutanix again heard the call here and now allows you to spin up a clean room on demand. So take a look at our on-prem Nutanix cluster here. This leverages a few specific Nutanix technologies, including multi-cloud snapshots, which lets you export Nutanix snapshots to cloud provider object storage. So this gives you that all-important offsite copy plus immutability, and NC2 or Nutanix Cloud Clusters, which lets you run Nutanix inside a cloud provider. So now whenever you need, you can spin up that cluster, rehydrate those protected snapshots, and get yourself back up and running in short order using an automated recovery plan. It can automatically quarantine production side as a step and add a Nutanix data lens, which is going to be able to do encryption detection inside VMs. This solution will help not only automate the setup, the networks, the sequencing, but also intelligently select the right snapshot for recovery. So if you have a clean room or have a project like this on the books, I implore you to check this out because this has the potential to make your life way simple. Now let's blast through these last few real quick. AHV upgrades, a ton of them, getting better, faster, more integrations. One of the sessions I attended was AHV performance enhancements, and an interesting topic that came up, one that my brain didn't really connect with the performance enhancement, was update timing as it relates to node downtime. Lots of work on this front, so now minor upgrades are about 25% faster than they were before, and major upgrades, a jaw-dropping 75% faster than they were before. Plus, they're working on the ability to have minor non-disruptive updates, meaning we no longer even need to migrate VMs or reboot nodes. So see what I mean about addressing customer pain points here. Enhancements coming to Nutanix Database Service, or NDB, so we have MongoDB support, as well as NDB ties into NKP for containerized persistent databases. Last year, Everpure and Nutanix partnered to deliver a Nutanix AHV hypervisor solution that used external storage. This solution went GA earlier this year, and now you have the ability to also add compute-only nodes and blade systems to these configurations, further increasing the efficiency and the value. Along with this, zero data copy migrations with external storage solutions. So for example, you have a VM, it's running on VMware, on Everpure. You can now do a migration to AHV using Move that does not copy data across the wire. Instead, it uses the array itself to transparently copy that data into the AHV container. Especially for larger VMs, this is a game changer. Their demo showed a 100 terabyte VM migrating in 4 minutes, so ludicrous speeds from a migration perspective. And last, but certainly not least, along with Everpure, you now have a few other options to use as external storage providers. Dell PowerStore, Lenovo, and NetApp were announced. And this also means that, like the Everpure Flash Stack, which is the Cisco X Series blade system plus Everpure running with Nutanix AHV, now you can also build a Flex Pod, which is the NetApp flavor of this same stack. I hope this was helpful. I really encourage you to view the sessions online to get more detail because honestly, there's just too much to cover here. Once again, I'm Joel Cason with Cypress Technology Advisors, and thank you for tuning in.